He likes The Dark Knight, I don't.
This isn't about
There
the
you go.
Dark Knight.
This is the Dark Knight podcast. We just do a whole series just talking about Dark Knight. But the first minute of the film was fantastic. Batman wasn't in it, and it was great. And you're like, I disagree.
We'd have to open your blinds.
For the Dark Knight? That's stupid, Scott.
What's up, everybody? I'm Scott Kennard with Nerd Rift and Dick's Comics. You know Rick Rich Dick.
I'm Rich Rick Dick.
And our reoccurring special guest, Ilan Haradian.
There's a point where he's no longer special.
No,
He's just
I'll
a
forever be
guest.
the special guest.
He's
I'll be
always-
forever the special
That was
guest.
a little special.
There's a point when he stops being a guest. Our special co-host
Before the stage, you're welcome. sir.
from Make a Wish.
I'd like to be the special guest.
Today we're talking about movies versus comics and how they've influenced each other over the years. And as it continues, what we think of how they portray each other. I know that, Ilan, you're pretty adamant with these. You've even been quoted as saying they're not movies. Can you elaborate on that?
Oh my goodness. The recent ones. The recent Marvel movies. So, like, a couple examples. I'm probably going to piss off a bunch of people, but Thor Ragnarok.
That's what we're here for.
It's not a movie.
No, this is
It's not a movie. It's a commercial for the next one that's going to come in.
Captain America: Civil War,
Or, there you go.
Yeah.
Not a movie.
I really
not a
want
movie.
somebody to die in that.
Age of Ultron,
Not a movie.
not a.
So you're saying that there are more episodes now?
It's funny that it's apparent when another movie from another company, like Batman v Superman, where they're just like, there's a scene, there's literally a scene where Bruce Wayne's going through this like computer thing that he stole from Lex Luthor, and he sees like logos of the characters. Where did the logos
yeah.
come from? What the
Yeah.
hell? It's a commercial. The next movie is gonna be Aquaman.
So you're not even saying that these are episodes of these film franchises. You're saying that it's a marketing tactic.
I
to
want
create
I want to
these.
call these movies commercials rather than episodes, because it's like Batman v Superman is. I don't know. I don't know if I want to call it like a full movie.
It's like a bunch of cool stuff kind of strung together with Martha.
And cool stuff is giving it a lot of credit.
Right.
Calling it a bunch of cool stuff, just that's a lot. But so it's comics and commercials is actually the topic of this. It's not comics and film, it's comics and commercials.
No, it's comics and film. That's just what I'm calling it. That's what
Right.
I'm calling it.
Oh, okay.
As
Yeah.
long as we're talking about the Martha movie,
The Martha
Batman
movie.
Superman, I thought that was
That would have been a better title.
it was an okay movie, but it wasn't Batman and Superman. I kept waiting for Batman and Superman to show up, and
And
it
why
just
the
never
fuck
did.
did they call it Batman versus Superman if it's only like
They fought for a minute.
for like a minute?
That's a whole other topic I want to do an episode of this on, is the hero versus hero trope.
Yeah.
I want to talk about that. I want to get in on that
How it doesn't-
because I'm just
in
like,
comics.
every time it ends with a Martha moment and it's Martha.
Because they don't know what to do with it.
Yeah, but that's that's like a whole other tangent.
So something
Comics
that,
and movies.
that has happened because of these movies, like Batman versus Superman, they're just commercials, as you say, is that they've been degrading the stories, I think, in both film and in comics, and
It's
Rick
lowering
Rich
the
did.
expectation.
Yeah, you were saying a little bit.
I'm looking at these stories, and like when the movies first started, like I really enjoyed Batman Begins. I liked Iron Man. I liked, if we go back, I like The Rocketeer. If we go back to like The Shadow.
Those were movies.
I know they were movies, but I'm saying that when they originally started, they were movies, and I thought they were telling good stories and stuff. But then over the last years, everything's just kind of gone downhill. And they're, like you said, they're commercializing them. They're trying to push for the next one. They're building the cinematic universe. But I also see it bleeding into the comics, where we get these comics that are no longer, and we see this now with all the Marvel events. The comics are not a story anymore. They're also
tie-ins.
look what's coming up. It's like, here we have the Dark Knight, like metal, the casting and the forge and all this, and then it leads into metal because and these two comics were just read metal, blah, we're
That's
metal,
funny, though.
and I see that in both film and
I
comics
see
at
how
this
they're
point.
connected, but I feel when it comes to the movies, it's a little more of the studio's fault, and when it comes to the comics, I think it's a little more of the fans. The reason why it's
You
like
think
that.
the fans? I'm sure it's the fan on both ends.
True,
Actually,
on both
It's
ends, yeah.
directly related because ever since movies made comic books cool, which they weren't always cool, like comics belong to the nerds. You beat up the kids and tear up their comics. Right? But now comics are cool, like in superheroes is cool. So
Yeah.
now we're pandering to the masses with the movies, and when they show up at comic book stores or look for them online, they're expecting that same kind of thing.
Yeah, they're expecting the movie in a book form,
Yeah.
and that's what they're getting, and that is affecting comic book readers and fans because, like, we're not getting the stories that,
But
we're not getting the good stories. I mean,
But I'm kind of
Necessarily.
blaming the fans in the sense that it's like the idea that, you know, we were just talking about how some fans, I'm not going to say actual names, that I'm related to or people that I know, will go watch a movie
yeah,
just because it's got the title on it. We know it's going to be bad.
Yeah.
but
maybe we
go
can
see it
change the term.
anyways.
Maybe we can change it from fans to the consumers. No, in that sense, you're right. Actually, you're right in that
Even-
sense. The fan,
Yeah.
The fan is
the fan
problem.
is the.
It's the idea that
Somebody that started with our parents that started with comics that didn't have the comic book movies, they're still going if they were the fans of the comics, they're still going
They're still going to go to the movies. Yeah.
even if they know it's going to be bad.
it's like the whole Han Solo movie and everything, right? I can sense it. You see all this crap going its way. How they had to change the director, they had to change all this, and I can still feel that there's gonna be a large majority of these fans that are just gonna go see it just because.
Well,
it's a
yeah.
Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it's like,
Yeah.
come on,
I'm going to.
don't go. Oh,
That's the thing, though, is like we can say this and we know it, but I know that I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go watch Solo. Probably gonna go watch Justice League.
see, I learned that.
I know these things already,
I learned that a long time ago.
so I know I'm the problem.
So you're saying pirate it.
Is that what you're saying?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
My
Don't go
dad-
see it. If it looks bad, don't go see it. Oh my goodness, you know, like that's
Well,
the reason why I
here's the
don't go to
question:
X-Men films.
Did Thor look good? Did Thor
did.
Ragnarok? It did.
It did kinda. It did.
Well,
That is an amazing commercial.
Thor looked like it was piggybacking off of Guardians of the Galaxy
Yeah.
#1.
Yeah.
But, and that's why I wanted to go see it because Guardians of the Galaxy was a good movie. It was a good movie, and Thor Ragnarok had a really great trailer. It did.
Okay.
And then when I went to go see it, like the things that happened in the trailer, they happened in different ways than I thought they would, and you're just kind of like,
It's,
That's called editing.
it,
yeah, editing.
It's a weird thing they do when
No,
they're making movies. They cut the footage up,
I know.
and then
I know.
when they make a commercial, they cut it up even more. It's weird.
But it's still the idea that you go see it because the cover looked good,
yeah,
right? But if the cover doesn't look good,
well,
you don't go
what
see
they
it.
No, I
promoted
would
was
agree.
Planet Hulk. What they gave you was Thor Ragnarok.
Oh, so that's a whole other problem. So that's what I was.
That's a whole other thing.
Yeah, that was what I was gonna get into, where it's kind of like, you know, that movie's a really great example. It's not Thor. What is it? It's the Hulk, the Planet Hulk movie.
But I mean, we could also saw that coming with the Thor Ragnarok prelude was just the Incredible Hulk movie in comic
So
form.
it's
So
like
it's
they're
kind
just-
of like,
It's the idea of
triggering
just
me.
grabbing the title or grabbing a concept, throwing it in there, and just saying, you know, like, it's got these elements in it. You should like it.
and then collecting money.
Collecting money.
Let's make a Black Lightning movie. Oh, they're doing a TV show. Never mind.
Yeah, I did hear about that. Hopefully, it's a little bit better. And you also mentioned that just regurgitating these ideas and stealing them from comic books, which they've been doing this with novels for years. But of course, comic books are easier to get through. But it's killing original ideas. It's really difficult to get your original idea made in Hollywood. these days.
Yeah, because if it's not based off of a book, and you're just kind of like, oddly enough, I don't think this problem started with like Marvel.
I don't think that's the comic franchise.
It was before,
fault.
but at least they were good. Like a good example of that is The Shining, right?
Sure.
The Shining is an amazing movie.
Yeah, when are we getting a sequel?
What?
When are we getting the sequel? Shining 2.
Yeah.
The Shining.
Well, what's become now that is almost like an assembly line. There's not so much art and creativity to it as there is. It's an assembly line. Pull a comic off the shelf, and you have this much money. Follow this criteria. Turn it into a commercial for the next one.
That's the cinematic universe way.
Which I think that comics, the movie industry was kind of going downhill during the recession and everything, and the production companies figured out, hey, there's this treasure trove of great content here that we can just take, get some licensing for it, and that's when it started. And I don't think it started all that poorly with the Spider-Man franchise, with the Batman franchise with Christopher Nolan, and those first ones that came out were not assembly line superhero movies. They were actually good, but
no, they were trailblazers.
They were, hey, these are making a lot of money. Let's figure out how to do it faster and better, and let's make sure that we're getting out 2 a year. One at Christmas, one in the summer.
Oh, way more than that.
Yeah,
I actually looked at the numbers.
It's better
I think in 2014 there was 13 comic book movies out that year. 13 comic book movies in 1 year. That's crazy.
And they wonder why some of them are failing now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Give us something
it's
new.
over-exaggeration. Nobody wants to go see that shit.
I think like last year there was like, this year 2017 alone, I believe there's like 8 comic book movies. Not necessarily Marvel or DC, but just comic book, like Atomic Blonde and these other other comics.
And I also
but
think that it's you're starting to get the fan that is realizing that, hey, it's not a good movie. Let's not go watch it. I mean, like when Ghostbusters when Ghostbusters like came out and you saw the trailer was bad.
Yeah.
Like the movie looked bad. And
the best part about that movie was that they said, we're going to make it diverse, we're going to make them feminine Ghostbusters, and the only people that went to see it were the girls that went for the secretary, Chris Hemsworth.
That's when I still haven't watched that movie. I still haven't. That's when I'm proud to say I haven't seen it all the way.
I refuse to. I'm not going to watch it.
I haven't seen it either, but now I'm going to make a lot of people mad with this. I haven't seen the first Ghostbusters either.
Get out.
What? No. You gotta edit that out. You can have a Nerd Rift like channel and then no.
We'll have you meet with HR tomorrow because we definitely have an HR department.
So as these comic book movies have gotten worse, that's bled into
other movies.
Comics.
Oh, in the comics,
worse.
Yeah.
Because these people, the masses, are now going to the comic shops, and that might be good for their sales, but it's not good for the stores that us, people that originally liked the comics for being comics.
And that's what I appreciated about Zack Snyder somewhat in the beginning, because he was making like Watchmen, right? I liked the idea that what he was saying. I mean, I'm not sure if I liked the movie too much, but I liked what he had to say about it. He was like, I want to make this movie so that you go and buy the damn book, and that's what happened.
Yeah.
I had a friend that bought the book just like out of the blue, and I didn't even know he liked comic books, just because of the movie.
Right.
And
that was back in the days where they were starting, like where they were still good.
Yeah.
They were still movies.
They were movies.
Yeah.
A story to be told. Not a commercial.
And now the new twist is that was actually just a trailer for a Doomsday Clock event coming up. It's all ties in now.
It's going to become an assembly.
And it's going to be in the DC universe.
They're going to
Yeah.
And that is
Doomsday
what I was talking about, where I'm like, this is the fans' fault.
Yeah.
Those come out, those books, the reason why those things come out is the fan. The reason why
I agree.
Captain America hasn't died, or Wolverine hasn't died, why he's like a different alternate universe version of himself, is because the fans can't let go. They don't know how to let go.
I don't know about that.
They don't know how to let go.
Maybe, but I also think
Because I'm one of them.
Marvel's looking
So you're
at
the
it,
problem.
and they're saying, we're going to do a death of Wolverine, right? And everybody's going to buy that because they want to know, how can you beat Wolverine?
Yeah.
And then they say, well, the fans are also going to want to still read Wolverine, though, so let's make Old Man Logan, right? So now they're selling this. They want to sell, so I guess it's both. It's the fans not being able to let go, and the studio or the publishing company.
But that's what I
needs
said.
to keep
I mean,
putting them out there.
it's the fan. I don't want to throw so much blame on the studios or the companies, because it's like, it comes back to that idea. If the movie looks stupid, don't fucking watch it. Don't go watch it, right? Don't give them the money for it. Same thing with the comic book. Let them die. Let them die with some kind of dignity, rather than continue them on and turn them into the
the
Nazi
villain
version.
Yeah. Let them die the hero. Don't let them see themselves become the villain.
Trump Captain America.
Right.
Trumped in America.
The only way you can actually kill a Marvel hero is to license them to Sony or Fox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically.
No. Wait a minute. What was it?
Fan
Disney,
four stick?
No, Disney is trying to buy out.
There was talks, but the talks didn't go anywhere. So, Fantastic Four is still. Well, are they? That goes into
I
the
can see
Marvel
that
Legacy discussion that I got to bring up later. Marvel Legacy is a whole other thing.
That'll be
but
our next one, but
but they gave him a
Marvel
nice little
Legacy
send out.
Does do something with the Fantastic Four. But I think that we're all in agreement here. As much as comics have helped bring in money back to the movie industry, who we all know was struggling for a long time there. Sarcasm.
Yeah.
The movies have now. They might be bringing more money to the comics, but they're also crippling them creatively, and we need those original movies, and you can see it in Image Comics, and
yeah.
They started like Walking Dead, obviously, but Saga, Rat Queens, Image is all about original ideas, and I love to see that there, and that's what we need in movies too. Is we need something to balance out all of these superhero comics.
Yeah. But I mean, we got Walking Dead on TV,
and once again,
which
it comes
helps.
back
but
down to like, what is the solution, right? Don't go fucking watch the movie. Like, it looks dumb. Don't go watch it.
You heard him, guys.
Don't go watch the
movies.
movie.
Don't go watch it.
Do go share this with your friends so that they know not to go watch the movies. Like it so that YouTube
Hashtag
can tell
don't watch the
everybody not to
movies.
watch
Don't
the
go see Ghostbusters.
we're like a year late for that
No,
one.
I know, I wish, right? But it's
Everyone
like, it's the
will-
same idea though.
Yeah.
Like, it looked dumb. Don't go fucking watch it.
And we'll see you at the Justice League screening
Yep.
because we're idiots.
Or because we're gonna go watch it.
All right, we'll see you guys there.